Hello, howdy, and welcome. We're doing the more with the Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah. I forgot to do the thing. Hold on, sorry. Okay. Continuing the storyline, as per usual. That's short for usual if you are of an older generation. Or younger, you just don't like, yeah, whatever. The Man Within. Let me get my notepad, sorry. I lost power as I was trying to upload a bunch of Dying Light episodes, videos, whatever. And none of them uploaded, so I have, yeah. So I'm re-uploading them today. Hopefully I get through at least 2, I guess, hopefully. We talked to a knight of House 4 Tom. He just says, hey, Alphina's waiting for us, let's go inside. I'm not going to do random voices for guards that don't serve. They're just the riffraff. Okay. Speaking of riffraff, let's put my headshot up just to cover any guild chat, link shell chat, whatever, free company chat, whatever it's freaking called in this game. Alright, Alphino, give us your own talking so I don't have to do it. Damn it. Ah, mercy, there you are. Have you a moment? There's something I would fain discuss. I must ask you to recall the events which unfolded at the peace conference, though I dare say you would sooner forget them. My mind returns again and again to the moment when Nidhogg appeared before the crowd in the guise of Estinian. It was a sight to chill the soul, but one which gave me reason to hope that our friend might not be beyond salvation. When you described his fateful transformation at Ozzy's Law, I feared him lost forever, but the mere fact that some semblance of his former self endures must surely count for something. Alas, I have no evidence to support this impression. Thus did I turn to Y'shtola and Kryl for a more empirical appraisal. Appraisal? And full glad am I that I did, for it would seem they have some observations of their own to share. The ladies have saved us a table at the Forgotten Night. Shall we go? Says Tataru. Excellent. Let us not keep our honored colleagues waiting. It's Thursday night. Where am I going? Okay, Forgotten Night. Let's play. Forgotten Night is that bar, 2-level bar, where Tataru mostly hangs out to gather intel. Y'shtola and Kryl are here. Please talk, so I don't have to, please. There's gonna be a lot of talking, please.
We have kept you waiting over long, I fear.
Turn off my headshot.
Not to worry, Alphino. We had some rather fine mulled wine to keep us company. Truth be told, you could have delayed your arrival a few moments more.
Gibrion got the spicing just right this time. His latest batch is not only delicious and warming, but soothing to the humours.
Tataru, like, Lalafell voices always throw me for a loop. They're, like, low.
Indeed. But 'twas not to soothe our humours that we gathered here.
Ah, no, quite right. The matter of that poor dragoon.
You have discovered something. A means to save him?
Let us not jump to conclusions, shall we? Assess the facts presented, then make an educated analysis, as you were taught.
One can have hope, Kryl.
Pray, cast your mind back to the moment of Estinian's transformation. Do you recall how you described it to us? You spoke of the sudden pangs which racked his body when he took up both of Nidhogg's eyes, and of how his form was twisted thereafter into a shadowy semblance of the great Wyrm.
Was it shadowy? Was it more shadowy than normal for Nidhogg?
When he appeared at Falcon's Nest, the Wyrm's eyes were fused to his mail.
Would that only his armor had been corrupted. Snaking forth from the eyes, I descried dark tendrils which entangled his very being. His ether has been all but smothered.
Then he is lost to us forever?
What did I just say about jumping to conclusions? Y'shtola clearly stated all but smothered. As I later discovered, her impression matched my own. Though Nidhogg's presence filled my mind's eye, beneath his seething aura, I sensed the merest hint of something else. And after listening to Y'shtola's observations, I became more certain of my suspicion that the something else I'd sensed was, in fact, the trace of a different will, submerged in the sea of Nidhogg's rage.
You mean...
Yes, 'tis like that Estinian spirit yet lingers.
Can we not wrest him from Nidhogg's grasp, then? Tear the eyes from the armor?
We know not if that would serve to separate Wyrm's soul from man's. None have ever attempted such a feat.
I doubt any have ever witnessed the eyes of a dragon fused to armor or body in order to be able to attempt such a feat, but...
Should it offer even the faintest hope of success, then by the gods, I shall be the first to try.
Alphino, by all means, hold fast to your hope, but be mindful of the dangers. Even should you succeed in excising the eyes from the Dragoon's mail, we have no way of knowing if your friend's soul would survive so violent a separation. And that is to say nothing of the possibility that his would-be savior might become Nidhogg's next host.
But what other choice remains to us? Should the opportunity present itself, I will tear those foul orbs from Estinian's armor and trust in the resilience of his soul, even at the risk of mine own.
Everyone nods to each other.
I found you at last.
Honorable. Honorwhite, however you pronounce it. Honorwa. Freaking French.
A messenger of the Temple Knights came to the manor some few hours past. The Lord Commander humbly requests the company of the Warrior of Light and Master Alphino.
Sir Emmerich would speak with us. Very well, thank you, Onawa.
Honorwa.
'Twould seem duty calls. Pray see to yours, and we shall return to ours.
Thank you, Y'shtola, Kryl. Your words have given me hope where there was none. Come then. Sir Emmerich awaits.
Excuse me. Double, excuse me.
Alphino is allowing his feelings for this Dragoon to cloud his thoughts. I worry he may do something rash. Keep an eye on him, would you?
Kryl says this to you and only you as everyone else has walked off. And that little...
They think more of their friends' deliverance than their foes' defeat. But will history commend their fealty or condemn their folly?
That was the little wyvern that kind of is Midgard Stormer that we earned as a pet, winking into existence and then winking back out. Cutscene continues after a black screen.
The conference held at Falcon's Nest was to be a celebration of the reconciliation twixt man and dragon. But the lingering shade of Nidhogg, clad in the flesh of the Azure Dragoon, did mark the occasion by spilling the blood of his own kind.
We see multiple images of
A
Falcon.
timely atrocity to remind the children of Ishgard that the Dragonsong War was far from over. And when fear gave way to fury, the call to arms rang out anew. Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
We last look upon a tall tower at the edge of Falcon's Nest and then out beyond it to the icy and snowy landscape beyond. I said beyond twice. I don't care. And, oh, I thought we were in the Donkin's Nest all of a sudden, but we're not. So we're going to go back into, well, not back into, we're going to go to the Congregation of our Knights Most Holy, where we meet Alphino, who's probably waiting in to go in and see Emmerich. What news has Sir Emmerich to share with us, I wonder? So this is I can choose 3 chests, so item level 240, healing, casting, or aiming. So it's going to be agility, mind, or intelligence. Do I need any of those? I can only really use mind and intelligence. So I'm on my intelligence right now. Oh, I could use the headpiece and the feet on my red mage. White mage could use all of them. Okay, that's decided then. White mage it is. Wait, no. Hold on, I want to get that experience points on red mage. So that was a close one. So of healing, please and thank you. Let's just do that right now before I forget that I have it. Use. Oh yeah. Alright, so we had kind of like a full body coverage, and now we kind of have this like chic, form-fitting, kind of ice, like white ice queen kind of look to us. Hard to describe because I'm bad at it. So use your imagination and enjoy. Reassign gear. It bumps my item level up by 14 on average. Okay. And then the next quest, which we will do on our red mage, an ally for Ishgard. Might Sir Emmerich perchance have received word of a Giovanni in advance? Or mayhap they have located Esti. That is to say, mayhap Nidhogg has been found. Come, I would hear what the Lord Commander has to say. Hear what the Lord Commander has to say. I'm trying to get the pitch of his voice correct. It's about here, actually. It's about in this time. He's grown. Voice deepened.
My friends, I thank you for coming.
You have had news of Nidhogg?
You've had any news?
Alas not. Our scouts range far and wide, but they have as yet found no trace of the Great Wyrm.
We dispatched an elite unit of dragoons to reconnoiter the churning mists, but even they returned empty-handed.
This is Lucia, as usual, with him by his side.
A pity.
Fear not, Alphino. We shall see the Wyrm again soon enough. His words at Falcon's Nest attest to that. Indeed, he is like to come sooner than we would wish.
Yeah, probably.
I assume Ishgard's defenses are being bolstered as we speak?
With all haste. I mean to call upon every able-bodied warrior at our disposal, from the Knights of the Four Houses to the men and women of the Watch. But I did not summon you to discuss strategy.
What then would you have of us, my lord?
I will speak plain. Now that Nidhogg is possessed of both of his eyes, no mortal force we can muster will repel him. That being the case, we must needs recruit an ally of equal strength.
Vidofnir got stabbed.
You speak of Hraesvelga?
I was gonna come up with that.
I do. To whom else could we turn?
That he is Nidhogg's equal I do not deny, nor can I name another. But convincing the reclusive creature to do battle with his own brood brother will be... how shall I put this?
It will be no small undertaking, yes. Estinian's report was most particular about Hraesvelga's unwillingness to involve himself in the affairs of men. But much has changed since your visit to Somal, and if there is even a chance that the dragon may be swayed, I must plead our case. Whatever price the dragon asks of me, I shall pay it. Such was my oath, to defend the people of Ishgard. Come what may, my friends, The battle with Nidhogg will mark the end of my tenure as the acting head of church and state. Will you help me discharge this final duty?
Alphino looks to you.
We will, my lord, though I fear our involvement offers no guarantee of success. Come then, we will depart at your leisure.
Thank you. Both of you. The city is yours, First Commander.
He says to Lucia.
My lord, we shall pray for your swift return.
Lucy is left alone in this chamber as Emmerich and the two of you walk out. I'll speak with Emmerich here. It grieves me to impose upon you in this manner, but you of all people understand the threat we now face. It is no imposition, Sir Emmerich. To Mercy and I, Ishgard is as a second home. After the many battles we have fought and the bonds we have forged, the plight of your nation has become our own. If there is aught that we can do to aid in its salvation, then pray impose all you must. You nod along. Emmerich looks grateful. You are true friends. Shall we be about our task then? We have no way of knowing when Nidhogg's shade will strike, but we must assume that time is not our ally. Indeed, with that in mind, I have taken the liberty of dispatching a messenger to inform Mistress Tataru that you will be escorting me to Som All. I confess, I did not provide the exact details of our destination, as they are as yet unknown to me. We will summon Hraesvalgr at Zenith in the Churning Mists. Ere we begin our ascent, however, I think it best that we pay a visit to Onyx Shrine. You seek an advantage in the coming negotiations? I do. I would consult with Vidofnir. I propose this in part out of concern for her condition. Were she to succumb to her wounds, it would have grave consequences for our alliance. That apart, she may be able to provide insight into her sire's current state of mind. Well reasoned. To the Dravanian Forlands, then. Forlands, sorry. Okay. Where are we going? Yeah, let's just teleport there. 304, yeah, let's just do that. Let's just do that. Right, we teleported to Onyx Shrine, where we can finally mount. It's been a while. I don't believe she's out here. Yeah, that's correct. She's upstairs. So I have to go to the back and run along the inner-outer ramp, if that makes sense. I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. Girl, you just don't realize. So what about this Eskas? It's like a green dragon, smaller than Vidofnir by a little bit, not a whole lot. There's another dragon here with no name. Looks asleep more than dead. Yeah, asleep, definitely. Still breathing. Okay. Vidofnir, how are you doing, my child? Ah, 'tis the warrior of warriors and her companions. What bringeth you to mine abode? Pray forgive us for disturbing your recuperation, Vidofnir. I hope your wound does not pain you overmuch. Didst thou imagine me close to death? The thrust was deep, but not mortal. I will heal in time. Full glad am I to hear it. You were the guest of honor at our conference, and we failed in our duty of protection. On behalf of Ishgard, I apologize unreservedly. She takes a time. I am a dragon full grown, and thou thought to protect me, mortal? I was tempered by the fires of battle ere thy great-grandsire learned to crawl. Thy words do remind me of a knight whom I called friend some 1,000 years past. He swore to defend me from harm and hardship. Would that we could return to that era of peace, when man and dragon knew such comradeship. Would that our every effort to do so were not undone by ancient rancor. For truth, there can be no peace while Nidhogg's shade yet lingereth. That much is plain, yet we lack the strength to banish him. Thus do we make for Psalm all, to beseech the aid of your sire once more. Folly, thou knowest as well as I how he will answer. Hraesvelgur's heart remains unchanged then, a pity. But if it is folly to hope, I am content to die a fool. As hath ever been the way with thy kind, go then, but be warned, the shade's presence hath driven its minions to frenzy. Thank you, Vidofnir. We shall disturb your rest no longer. Alphino bows. And we walk off. I always try to choose tenacity food, because, you know, tank easier, make grouping easier, dungeons quicker. Alright. Let us do the next quest. Why not? I'm only at 21 minutes. Winning over the Wyrm. W-Y-R-M. Hold on a second. Winning over the W-Y-R-M. Though I expected no better answer from Vidofnir, I take little pleasure from having been proven right. 'Twould seem that our presence at Zenith will be every bit as unwelcome as I had anticipated. But what is the ire of one great worm to a trio of self-confessed fools such as ourselves? Let's begin our ascent. After you, Master Alphino. Scout ahead if you wish, Mercy. We shall join you outside Mogholm. I can just fly there, right? Yeah. Yeah, actually. Yeah, whatever. No, fuck it. This video is long enough. I'm not gonna have to run there. 234 is nothing. Alrighty. We have teleported to Mogholm. We're outside. Emmerich is looking at the floating rock island kind of things and the tower, where I believe we have spoken with Hraesvelgr quite a bit. A cutscene talking to Emmerich. We see, again, the view he has of the floating stone kind of pieces of land. I had heard tales of the world above the clouds, but never did I dream. One's mind paints a pale picture of its majesty. Few live to see such wonders. I'm reminded of my first visit to this peak, when Estinian and Ysael yet walked at our side. He kind of hangs his head a bit. A Moogle comes up to us. Or, almost. Kupopo, is that you, Mercy? Churning Miss Moogle says. Ah, if it isn't Mog. Don't tell me you forgot my name, Kupo. After all we've been through together? I did. Lo siento. But at least you remember me. You do remember me, don't you, Mercy? Oh shit. Please don't make me. It's definitely not Moghan, so how could I forget you, Moglin? Of course I do, Moghan. Moggan. No, it wasn't that. Apologies, friend, but all Moogles look the same to me. Okay. I'm gonna go to the top one. How could I forget you, Moglin? Please? Huh? Fuck. How could you mistake me for that overstuffed throne warmer? I'm Moggan, the courageous Moogle who guided you to Zenith, Kupo. Fuck. I feel so bad now. Can I go back? But putting our shared history to one side, what brings you and your friends to Mogholm, Kupo? Ah, Another audience with old Hraesvelgr. Well, I hope you brought the horn, Kupo. With the winds as gentle as they are, a good loud toot should reach the great worm's ears easily enough. That is good to hear, Morgan. Thank you. We had best press on to Zenith while the winds are in our favor. We all nod. I'm so sorry, Morgan. Macan. Moghan, however you want to pronounce that. All one word. Now that was unexpected, Kupo. Chieftain Moglin will want to hear about this. And they fly back. As Wolf. Oh wait, I can just teleport there, right? Yeah. Zenith, 100 Gil. Let's go. Alright. And then we have to run up that large outer circular ramp. Going up and up and up. Oh well, we have to run up one ramp and then up some more kind of like steep. There's stairs, but you can also run up like a steep incline. Alright, now we're running up the long outer ramp. About 15 seconds now. 20, and we're there. Okay. We wait at this destination marker. Get a cutscene. The sky turns very, very, very gray. Clouds seem to roll in. The large platform that we're on, or the maybe tower top. And here comes Hraesvelgr. Just remember, he is kind of a winged dragon, like feathery kind of wings. Four horns curve off of his face. Two kind of go forward, down, and then kind of up to tip, like sharp tips. And then two are kind of more like ram's horns. So he's got like mammoth tusks, basically. And then ram horns to the side. Kind of curved. Yeah. You dare summon me again, mortals?
Great Hraesvelgr. 'Tis not lightly that we beg this audience. Pray hearken to our words, for they concern the future of man and dragon both.
Alphino nods to Emmerich. He takes a couple steps forward. Emmerich does. Until he's 10 years.
Greetings, Hraesvelgr. I am Emmerich de Burrell, acting ruler of the nation of Ishgard. I am come before you to parley on behalf of my people.
To parley. Thinkest thou thy purpose unclear to me? Thou art come to beg mine aid in a battle against the shade of my brood brother. Alphino and Emmerich are shocked. Emmerich hides it a tad better.
You foresaw mine intent.
You foresaw mine intent. I but read that which is writ plain in thine eyes. Would that thou had wit enough to scry the answer in mine. My beloved Shiva did once build a bridge twixt man and dragon, a bridge which thy treacherous forefathers saw fit to tear down, as thou well knowest. You look down kind of sad. Thinkest thou Nidhogg was alone in despairing at the murder of our brood sister? Thinkest thou mine own soul did not cry out for vengeance? Know then that upon that accursed day my heart did wither in my breast, and thy kind become unto me the harbingers of despair. 'Tis only Shiva's gentle dream that preventeth me from flying at Nidhogg's shoulder. Be grateful that I swore to abjure aggression ere I consumed her. I permit my children to offer or deny thee aid as they see fit, to warn thy people of my brood brother's coming, that thou wouldst dare ask more of me, but affirmeth thine incurable arrogance. Emmerich is kind of just looking down. Alphino glances at Emmerich.
We understand that in your despair at man's betrayal, you seek only the refuge of solitude. But despite your protestations of spent faith, do you not still nurture the smallest flame of hope?
Perceivest thou such light in the dusk of mine existence? Alphino nods.
I do. If you claim I see falsely, then tell me, why did you consent to bear Rizel upon your back?
Isael, piteous, deluded Isael. The child did lament her past sins, and sought to balance to the scales with her remaining days. 'Twas her unquenchable passion, so alike to that of my beloved, which did spur me into flight. And for mine own part, I would countenance no longer the hands of evil men to use my brood brother's eye for ill.
So you do distinguish between those who acknowledge and repent their sins and those who perpetuate them. Interesting. It seems to me that you have not, in fact, lost faith in mankind as a whole. Rather, you weigh our respective merits by how we allow the past to influence our future.
Spare me thine idle sophistry. Even were there a mote of truth in thy reasoning, what of it? Wouldst thou have me slay mine own sibling to save a city of mortals?
Should we suffer ties of blood to bind our hands, then? Nay, if the crime is one of unconscionable evil, we must needs condemn it, even should the transgressor be our closest kin. When my father corrupted himself and his followers with the power of a primal, I beseeched the warrior of light to slay him, an act alike to patricide. That he did not die by my hand matters little. If anything, it heaps greater disgrace upon my name. But had my father not fallen, he would have drawn countless thousands into a holy war of hellish proportions, which I hold the greater crime. Thus did I order his execution, sparing the lives of my people and yours. Alas, your brother Wyrm now prepares to murder those whom I sought to spare. What is more, he has taken my comrade's body for his own. But if I must slay my dearest friend to defeat my direst foe, I will not flinch from my duty.
Thou wouldst strike down thy friend and, by example of thy righteousness, persuade me to break mine oath and kill my kindred? A kind of... oh, Midgard Solmer's essence appears. It's a little wyvern. Heed me, my child. The servants of Hydaelyn envision a different outcome. They intend salvation not only for Ishgard, but for the doomed Dragon Slayer as well. Believest thou this shade to be Nidhogg returned? It is not merely a manifestation of his vengeance. The shadow cast by thy brood brother's rage? I would not command thee, But ponder well thy course, lest it lead thee unto greater remorse. Is it not merely a manifestation of his vengeance? Okay, I said it is. My bad. Makes more sense with the question mark at the end now. I have options. While this shade of vengeance remains, the future will ever be uncertain. Help us save our companion. And ... I'm gonna go with ... I don't know what to say here. It's not my spot. I am but... So you just kind of stare at Race Falger. That's funny. Okay. What? No words from me, warrior? I take it thou art resolved to act whether I aid thee or no. Ha! I do admire thy determination. Hast thou the strength of will to stand against so terrible a shadow, I wonder? 'Twould seem I must put thee and thy companions to the proof. I shall await thee in the ruins wherein Ratatoskr once dwelled. Heed well the words of my children, and hasten thee to the place of thy trial. Hey, now I understand why I fight Race Falger. That's an interesting fight. I mean, it's been done before. You can like floating island hopping to avoid AoEs and line attacks and shit. Still fun. As a healer, pretty easy as long as people don't jump too far from you. Moghan has been watching this whole exchange and then flies off unnoticed. Rolled a good stealth roll. Midgard Stormer's essence winks out. Alright, Emmerich. I believe I spied a wyvern landing just outside the palace. It is doubtless one of the children of whom Race Falger spoke. Come, my friends, let us not keep our escort waiting. I think that was Alpha, no? Shit. It may have been Emmerich, I don't know. They both start with A, so I think I just went with whatever. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for failing in everything that I do. I shouldn't be allowed to live. Oh, I'm gonna die. Okay, never mind, we're good. Imperious Wyvern. Kinda large, not Vidofnir size. Maybe like a third of the body weight of Vidofnir. My broodmates and I will bear you to the place of your trial. Make your preparations. SOHRKHAI Sorkai is now available. That is the end of this video. I'm just gonna make sure. I mean, I think the fight's pretty straightforward, but this video is already long enough and I have to pee, so I'll be right back.